to a mashup of my cooking show, Oil and Water, and the fantastic true crime podcast I co-host, Small Town Dicks. For Easter on Oil and Water, I invited Detective Dan to be my celebrity guest chef. He's also my fiance, so that worked out. And while we were doing that episode, Dan alluded to his recipe for Pot Lasagna. So for all you Small Town Dicks fans who wrote in and said, "Where's the recipe?" Here it is. And please help me welcome my favorite, Detective Dan.
I brought my tools.
For anybody who's just tuning in and doesn't somehow know that on our podcast, Small Town Dicks, Detectives Dan and Dave and all of our guests are anonymous. And as far as we don't ever say their last names, Dan is wearing a mask to keep concealing his identity that says I look like Dave, because Dan and Dave are identical twins.
And we look alike.
And therefore they look alike.
Dave's got a face only a mother could love.
Stop that. On Oil and Water, I always have an apron presentation. Today is no different.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay, you're the guest. You go first.
Mommy shark doo 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 doo.
I thought you were going to do the theme from Jaws.
Big meat eater.
Do, 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 do. Do you need all those teeth, Mr. Shark? All right. Ta-da! Fantastic little crabs.
You have crabs.
That sounds bad. Saddle up. Da-da-dee, come on, a little shimmy.
Slow like a shark.
I have only been delightfully served the Pot Lasagna, but I was the one who went to market. We'll see how I did.
Did you get pork? Sausage? Meat?
No.
Well.
Wait, no.
The meat stick.
No.
Versatile.
Absolutely not.
So they gone. They gone.
Oh. I think we have some, like, impossible crumbles.
Instead of pork and beef, or sausage and beef, we got...
Fresh from the freezer.
Did you make tomato sauce?
I got like 9 jobs.
You didn't make your tomato sauce?
I-
That's what makes it so good.
No, I didn't have time to make the tomato sauce, so we will have to use sauce from a jar. A lot of people are using sauce from a jar. It's gonna be okay.
And I see you got ricotta cheese.
I chopped an onion for you, fresh mozzarella, so it didn't grate very well. It would sort of tear, so I started to chop it.
You cut the cheese. Boom.
I did. I cut the cheese. Also, there's smoked mozzarella if you wanted to add a
Oh,
little.
I've not tried it with smoked mozzarella. It sounds delicious though.
I don't know why you would wait. Who knows what happens tomorrow?
So this guy?
Yeah. Smoked mozzarella.
Give her hell. Does it grate on you?
All day. Just be careful not to grate your thumbs, because you don't want blood in the lasagna. No boil lasagna noodles.
We don't need to soak these.
We do not. What's the next task?
I think we're gonna saute those onions.
Should we dance while we do it?
See right here. Right here. Always right here.
Right. How long for?
I don't want them to brown. I never went by time.
Okay, all
He's
right.
an eyeball guy.
He's an eyeball guy.
Next thing I'm gonna do, after the onions, I'm gonna throw this garlic in.
Okay.
Because I don't want to overcook the garlic because it gets bitter. She taught me that.
I did.
After the garlic, I'm gonna throw in these crumbles.
And why, Dan? Because I forgot
Because
to
we don't
buy
have pork,
meat.
we don't have meat, and this is beyond meat, which I think means it's better.
It's better than meat.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. One of the things that's great about the Instapot is that it has a saute function. Why aren't you sauteing onions, garlic, meat, beyond meat in the Instapot?
I never used that feature on the Instant Pot. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, really?
Hey, I'm a caveman.
How are your onions, detective?
They're coming along.
Where's the wine? We should have wine.
I agree.
Cheers.
Cheers. G'day.
G'day.
So I think we're ready for garlic. So we're gonna throw that in there.
Okay,
Like I said, not too long because you don't want to burn it. Tastes nasty.
that's true.
We are now ready for Beyond Meat, or your meat if you're gonna make it with meat.
If you remember to buy the meat and you eat meat.
It kind of looks like dog food, but
It can't be worse than beef sticks.
So I threw some Italian seasoning in there. Not Italian like my dad likes to call it. Not Italy.
Which starts.
Just a smidge. Season to taste. Now it's time for the sauce.
Okay, that happens to be arrabbiata, which is the spicy red tomato sauce, which I didn't actually notice.
I was going to throw some crushed red pepper in there because I like spicy food. Not too much though, because you don't want to overpower it.
Yeah, there's a lot. We're gonna have to be careful with that.
There's blood in the water. Ah! Again, sounds like dad and mom are making macaroni and cheese.
No. Anyway, how long do you cook that for?
Let it all get to know itself, right?
Yes.
That's what you said.
That is what I say.
So a little olive oil cooking spray. We are going to build the lasagna now.
Okay.
Really thin layer. This keeps the noodles from like burning and sticking to the very bottom.
Oh, I see. A little lubrication. What are you doing?
Well, I've got rectangular noodles here,
Uh-huh.
and I've got a round bowl.
Oh, so like square peg in a round hole.
I just want to maximize the coverage, so I'm just going to kind of sculpt these. I mean, make a little curve.
Oh.
Look at that.
That's pretty good. Look at you, crafty detective dad.
My first layer, I'm going to go meat on top of the noodles. Next, ricotta cheese. So I go pretty thin layer because it's good, but it's not the star. And then
Mozzarella.
It's all gonna melt. I just want it to be fairly even.
Okay.
One other ingredient that I use for this recipe that I have come to really enjoy, and it doesn't affect the taste, but I like the texture and the color that it provides, is spinach. It's fresh baby spinach. Just a layer of it. After we get that layer of spinach in, then we go with these guys again. Start all over.
2 rounded ones on the
edges,
and then 1 in the middle.
Yeah.
Hello. Just 1 more layer after this?
Actually, this is all I do.
Oh, put the whole thing in
I
there.
mean, we can do another layer. Let's do another layer.
Oh, all right. Okay. Do you ever use your hands
I try not to.
like that?
I don't know where my hands have been. Spinach next.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna cheese it.
We got a nice little cheese comforter on it.
Here's the beauty of the Instant Pot. I do 27 minutes.
So 27 minutes at high pressure.
Yeah.
All right. Lock that up.
All right.
Then it goes, okay, motherfucker. Cheers to the build.
I got my fingers crossed. I got these things on to cover my little
booger hooks.
My grabbers. Well, I think all the pressure's gone. So my tip from earlier, if you're not using no boil noodles, if you take a half a cup of water and just pour it down the side of the pan so it gets to the bottom and pressure cook it, you don't have to boil your noodles at all. So the next thing that I do, put it in the broiler, brown the cheese on the very top. Pull this thing out.
Okay.
And we put it in the broiler.
Okay.
Again, right here.
Right here. Our lasagna is done. Okay. Anywho.
So it's been resting. I did 500 degrees, 13 minutes. Here.
Whoa.
We go.
That is fantastic. Where's yours?
All right.
Okay.
I'll give it this guy.
Oh my God, that's a lot of cheese.
We'll split it.
Here it is, the moment of truth. Oh, cheese.
Shredded Parmesan, it's my choice.
Cheese. Oh, yeah.
It's a dumpster fire.
It's so good. It's so good.
Even with Beyond Meat.
Even with Beyond Meat. It's very, very good. The noodles are done. The sauce is great. It would have been great if I had actually made the sauce, but you know, sometimes you have 9 jobs. The cheese is melted, the spinach is tender. So on a scale of 1 to Italian grandmother, would you serve this to your Italian grandmother? Maybe not with Beyond Meat, but you could do it with meat.
If you're gonna go vegetarian, stay that way.
Because it's great. Maybe Granny's a vegetarian.
Hopefully she's not a vegetable.
No.
Where do you think you're going?
Get out of
Partner?
here. Thanks for coming. No. But if your Italian grandmother was a total traditionalist and you made it with meat, she might be absolutely delighted that it was all made in one pot for all intents and purposes. What'd you call it?
Under an hour power lasagna?
Yes, under an hour power lasagna.
I taught Detective Dave also.
Detective Dave, the gauntlet has been thrown. Honestly, if you're looking for a super simple lasagna that isn't going to take half a day, this is money. Favorites and small town fam, thank you so much for joining us here on this crossover of Oil and Water and Small Town Digs Patreon amuse-bouche.
High five.
I'll see you next time. Zipper, family photo.